Well, with continued COVID lockdowns and the largest street protests in decades, China's Communist Party is following through on a promise to crack down on what it calls sabotage, the show of force after weekend demonstrations in several major cities. Correspondent Kelly Meyer is at the White House. So, Kelly, what is happening in China right now?
Well, Nichole, there are still droves of state police deployed across China's major cities, and they have, for the moment, quieted anti-lockdown protesters. Now, tensions reached a breaking point over the weekend. Protesters fed up with zeroed COVID measures, keeping families stuck inside for sometimes week on end with limited access to food and water. In this video that has not been independently verified by NewsNation, you can see protesters here reportedly throwing glass at police in one Chinese city. And this is one of two major cities where officials have now eased strict COVID restrictions in the aftermath of the violent clashes. And China's government now vowing to crack down on what they call hostile forces, those crackdowns happening in the streets and online. China's internet watchdog will soon implement new rules to regulate social media, a move likely intended to further suppress any opposition online. Nichole?
What is the White House saying about all of this?
Well, the White House has faced some criticism for not taking a tougher stance on China over the protests. There's been protesters assaulted by police and some reportedly beaten, and a journalist beaten for sharing what was happening. I asked National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby moments ago about the criticism the White House should be doing more here. Take a listen.
We believe strongly in freedom of expression, free assembly, and certainly the idea, the right of peaceful protest. And again, we were very consistent about that, very deliberate, very measured in how we talked about that, as we are elsewhere around the world.
And I asked Kirby whether China could increase military saber-rattling with Taiwan or elsewhere to distract from the unrest inside the country. He tells me they haven't seen any changes in China's behavior in that respect, but they are watching and remain concerned over China's movements, particularly in the South China Sea. And we'll have more on a new report from the Pentagon warning of China's growing military strength coming up in the next hour.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.